Bollywood is a remake factory. This is not just another random statement, but this is a reality. When you go back memory lanes all the way back to the 1990s, you realize that most of the Bollywood hits were actually remakes of other films of other industries. The 1993 film Bazigar was a remake of A Kiss Before Dying, Dara being based on Sleeping with the Enemy, and the iconic Bollywood movie Badshah being inspired from several movies including Nick of Time and If Looks Could Kill. And this was also the time when copyright and plagiarism laws were not as strict as they are today. So it was definitely easy for filmmakers to plagiarize content and scripts of other films without facing any backlash. And the unavailability of social media and internet made the process even more easier. When speaking about remakes, how can you forget the long-standing relation of Mollywood and Bollywood? There is a long-standing relation. In fact, some of the classical Bollywood movies were actually remakes of Malayalam movies. And the tale of remakes continues even today. Well, some movies were ruined, some were below the level, but only few of them could really match up with the excellence of Malayalam cinema. So in this video, we are decoding the reason why Malayalam movies are remade in Bollywood and what is the reason why most of them end up as flops. Number 1. What exactly is a remake? Well, this is a definition given on the internet. A remake is a production of a film, television series, video games or similar form of entertainment that is based on an earlier production. A remake tells the same story as the original but uses different cast and will alter the theme or target audience. Well, only speaking about film remake, a film remake uses an original movie as its main source material. With the exception of shot-for-shot remakes, most remakes make significant changes in character, plot, genre and theme. Sometimes a remake is made by the same director in different languages. But remakes don't usually use the same titles when compared to the earlier released one when it is made in different languages. In simple words, remakes are the repeats of the same basic story and they are usually done to make a successful film available in a regional language. Number 2. Why are Malayalam movies remade in Bollywood? Reason number 1. Timelessness. Many Malayalam movies which were remade in Bollywood are the ones which were revered and loved by the masses as classics. The flop movies are never usually remade. Well, it was a really bad move by the director Priyadarshan to remake the all-time Malayalam hit movie Manichitratara in Hindi as Bhool Bhulaiya. And another bold move by him was to recreate Kada Parembol to Billu Barber. No doubt both the movies did a decent job in Hindi, but they weren't at all close to the original movie. The original movie's subject matter appeal is timeless. They already discovered the formula to create a successful movie, and Bollywood just took the same formula and applied their efforts to it. Reason number 2. Excitement and intrigue. There are two main reasons why filmmakers invest into remakes. Number 1. The original movie sucked, let's fix it. Number 2. The original was awesome, let's make more money. Here we can take examples of movies like In Harihar Nagar, remade as Dhol, and Ramji Rao Speaking as Hera Fairy. While every other film industry was focusing more on the action films during the course of the 80s and the 90s, the Malayalam film industry was the first ones to introduce the comedy genre. And the remakes of these movies have done well at the box office. So when an original movie gathered a great success, cash on the excitement of the old and the intrigue of the new. Reason number 3. Linguistic barriers. Now, language is never a barrier if the quality of acting is top-notch. Some of the iconic Malayalam movies are usually dubbed in Hindi, but they often fail to create the kind of impact that is expected. So somewhere or the other, language is a problem. So this problem gives the regional filmmakers a chance to recreate a movie out of an existing storyline with a whole new cast, and filmmakers obviously opt for old successful movies. Reason number 4. Lack of original ideas or stepping stones. Since the year 2000, for almost 2 decades, most of the hit Bollywood movies were actually remakes from other industries. Whether it's movies like Bodyguard, Chup Chup Ke, Golmaal or Khatta Meetha. Is being original that hard? Well, the answer is a resounding yes. And that's the reason why the value of the original is always high. Whatever idea you have, probably someone else had it already. But that doesn't mean you're fighting a losing battle. While you might not be the first one to think of that idea, but you can execute that in your own unique style, and Malayalam movies exactly does the same. Reason number 5, adaptation and fanfare. Remakes are always a difficult task for the filmmakers, and especially when the viewers are watching the films across different languages, the comparisons are inevitable. Let's take the most relevant example of the movie Drishyam. The original movie was released in 2013 starring Mohanlal and was later remade in 2015 in Hindi starring Ajay Devgan. Although both the movies did exceptionally well in their own industries, there was no real excitement for the remade version as the climax of the movie was already revealed. The same thing is going to happen with Drishyam 2 remake. Remaking a new movie might sometimes backfire because the new movie does not offer any new surprises. The movie may do exceptionally well, but the fans of the original movie might fret and fume as the remade movie is not a faithful adaptation. Number 3, why Bollywood can never catch up with the excellence of Malayalam cinema. Reason number 1, low budget and high returns. The original Malayalam movie Drishyam's budget was 50 million rupees, but the box office collection was 750 million rupees worldwide. While on the other hand, the remade Drishyam's budget was 620 million rupees, while the earning was 1104 million rupees. So here it is clearly proven that the Malayalam Drishyam's budget was less, but at the same time it gave high returns. And the same is the case with all the remade movies. No doubt the Hindi remake had better production and technology, but better production quality does not mean quality cinema. And the Malayalam film industry is a perfect example. Reason number 2, the classics of the megastars. Mammootty and Mohanlal are the best and the beloved actors of the Malayalam cinema. With a wide range of roles, everything from mass entertainers to playing the common man, these both actors have an incredible number of films as well as admirable versatility. Mammootty is an actor who totally disappears into his character. Let's take the example of the movie Pokri Raja starring Mammootty and Prithviraj. Prithviraj played the role of a hot-blooded youngster while Mammootty being a don. The movie Boss remade in Bollywood starring Akshay Kumar ended up as an average film because honestly, Akshay Kumar wasn't able to recreate the magic that Mammootty created on screen. On the other hand, the iconic movie Kilukam was one of the highest grossing film of its time, which saw talents like Revati, Jagadish Srikumar and Mohanlal combined for a musical romantic comedy. Sadly, the same movie was remade as Muskurahat with Jai Kapoor in the lead role by the same director. And as expected, they could not recreate the success the original one did. The success of the movie Kilukam is evident from the fact that even after 3 decades of the movie getting released, it is still appreciated by the fans and critics, while on the other hand, Muskurahat still remains a mystery. Reason number 3, realistic approach in making films. Bollywood has always been criticized of creating larger-than-life cinema, which does not have any relation with the real life. And the films of Rohit Shetty has been always violating all the laws of physics. And all the 4 parts of the movie Golmaal are the perfect examples. The first part of the film, Golmaal Fun Unlimited, was a remake of the super hit Malayalam movie Kaka Kuyil. However, the plot of the original movie is quite basic, where 2 men are looking to make some money and that leads them to further problems. And they find all the odds against them. While Golmaal Fun Unlimited includes action sequences and scenes which does not have any relation with the real life. Golmaal is now the 8th highest grossing film series of Bollywood. But the larger-than-life plot makes it irrelevant in today's times when compared to the original movie Kaka Kuyil, which was released 2 decades ago. Films entertain us. They offer hopes and give us traumas. They take us to places we have never been. They can take us away when we want to get away. Films inspire us. They challenge us. And despite all our differences, they are a common link to humanity. Well, this was the concept behind filmmaking until the time industrialists and investors entered the industry. And the sad reality is the fact that today most of the Bollywood viewers are simply being a puppet in the hands of few directors and actors. You are just being forced to see what they want you to see. Filmmaking earlier was all about a group of people coming together to showcase their acting and their filmmaking skills. And in this process, they made some really worth watching movies. Not with the focus of making money, but with the focus of creating really good movies. And that's the reason why those old movies are remembered even today. And undoubtedly, they will remain the perfect example and definition of quality cinema for years and generations to come. Maybe those old movies were the magic they created on screen, and the earliest people who made them were the real magicians.